Warmly welcome for this
Thank you, sir.
important discussion, how to get approved as a Saudi Aramco welcome receiver. Is it a
Yes, sir.
question, every time coming to your mind, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me explain from A to Z, and then ultimately at the end we can have some Q&A, if still there would be any question, right?
Okay.
Okay, so because I want to make it beneficial for our audience also, there is a trainings on YouTube channel. So same question is being asked by several other, professionals. So I really want them also to understand, the complete process from A to Z if they really want to be Aramco approved WPR, especially. First of all, why Aramco need the WPRs? Because they have oil and gas industry, the high hazardous industry. So they have a lot of restricted or kind of confined space areas, the danger zone areas, where they need some kind of a front safety leaders in shape of WPRs. That is why there is a high demand, like thousand and thousand different contractors are serving to Saudi Aramco. So they want them to make sure to have the qualified WPRs uh, for every project and sometimes for every process or activity. Like if
Okay.
one company have excavation process, separate WPR, rigging and lifting activity is going on, separate WPR, scaffolding is going on, separate WPR. So what I mean is that each process is considered like a project. So each project
Okay.
must have a WPR. That is why there is a high demand, but yes,
Yes.
they need the right person for the right job. That is why it is very much important for us to understand how we can get approved as a WPR. No, the step
Yes, sir.
number one. Step number one is your presence in Saudi Arabia is mandatory. You
Okay.
have to be available in Saudi Arabia. And along with that, of course, you need a Saudi resident ID. That means the Ikama ID. And much better if on your Ikama you would have like kind of a safety relevant profession, could be as a safety technician, okay, or occupational health and safety technician, in other words, or might be a safety supervisor, or just a simple supervisor. Like little bit higher profession will definitely help you out. But with small professions, again, there is a possibility people are still working because ultimately knowledge is everything. If somebody is practically sound and have excellent knowledge and pass both exams. So of course, Aramco have no problem to allow such people to work for them. But what I mean is this Ikama, if that would have a better profession, still is a golden edge. The next step is there is, some training institutes approved by Saudi Aramco just for work permit receiver training. No, these institute we have in Jubail, in Riyadh, in Khobar, in somewhere in Sehat, in Ras Tanura, in Jeddah. Okay, so one of
Okay,
the
sir.
institute you need to join for 4 days, and probably
Okay.
they charge 1,000 Saudi Riyal to 1,200 Saudi Riyal every training institute. There is a competition, of course, but the standard fee normally what we are charging is 1,265 plus 15% VAT for 4 days training. But now, since I personally managing one of the training center, we recently launched just a few weeks before, and now we are in process to get approved, for WPR from Saudi Aramco. Otherwise, we are just subcontracting, like we are getting people and sending some other institutes. But a time will come, we will also be get approved as an institution from Saudi Aramco, inshallah. Now, what I really mean is that this institute, first of all, have to give you admission for 4 days, and mostly the classes are on starting on Sunday, okay,
Okay.
morning, or Monday evening, Monday afternoon, in other words. Like morning classes, mostly institute they have 8 to 2 or 8 to 3, and some on Monday the evening session starting from 3 p.m. to onward, and some have 1 p.m. to onward even. So again, the training institute have their own set of schedule. Now, on the other part, once you join the classes, there are three books, okay, and I call them three procedures. And these three
Okay.
procedures means one is hazard recognition and control. You can consider kind of a book number one, okay. Then the second is confined space entry, and the third is lockout tag or isolation of hold tag. Now, accumulative marks ultimately after 4 days you have to achieve 80%. Less than 80% is not acceptable. Then you have to reset, and there isn't any chance of failure if your English is little bit good, because 4 days you are spending productive time, for just three procedures to understand and clearing your
Yes, sir.
concepts or memorizing some of the important information. It shouldn't be a big deal. And the person like you already working as a safety officer, for you
Yes, sir.
wouldn't be inshallah difficult at all. But still, there is a way, right? There are steps you need to
Yes.
follow, which I'm guiding one by one. Now,
Okay.
once you achieve 80% marks, the institution have to issue you kind of an ID, kind of a pocket ID, trackable with barcode scanning. And
Okay.
if that ID is not traceable, don't accept, because that ID should be trackable. You know, there shouldn't be
Okay,
any
sir.
sense of fake certification. Because some incident I noted, and my students even they contacted me because of I was in Pakistan and they contacted some other institutes, and unfortunately they found some certificate which was not traceable actually. It's not like always the fake one, but if the certificate is not traceable, it's not acceptable. Okay, because that should be traceable by Saudi Aramco as well as on the website of training institute. If it is not traceable, don't accept it. Now, once you achieve third party certification and you have the ID, mashallah, great achievement. You must enjoy it because you have achieved third party certification as a WPR. But that is prerequisite requirement. Still, you
Yes,
are
sir.
not like approved as a Ramco WPR, because contractors will not start hiring you until you pass another exam. Now, the other exam is being arranged and conducted by Saudi Aramco directly. Now, getting a Aramco schedule, this is one of the typical area where mostly, the guys are facing trouble, especially the one investing everything from their own pocket. Like they are on freelance visa and they don't want to be working as an employee with any, sponsor. So what they want is they want to pay everything from their own pocket, like third party training fee again from their own pocket, ikama charges, everything. They are the one, even insurance cost, living cost, whatever. It's all they are paying from their own pocket. Now, such people, they are facing nowadays a lot of issues, because there is some solutions available via agents, but they are charging hell of money, like 15,000 real to 20,000 real. Even I heard they are charging, just to get a Ramco schedule, which is terribly unfair. Terribly unfair, because that much money, if you are getting by somebody and then schedule you are delaying for 2 months or 3 months, and you utilize this money for 3 months and then you are giving back, oh, it's not possible, somehow you are giving excuses. But there are some strong agents also. They try their level best to get a schedule. But what I'm guiding to my students, my audience, please, 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 once you achieve third party training, find out a good company. Find out a good company and join them as a Ramco crew, work permit receiver, then that would be their responsibility to get a Ramco schedule, and it should be on time also, because they'll be paying monthly salary to you. So they will do it as quick as possible, right? And once you get a Ramco schedule, you directly go on a certain date and you have to be on time there. And that exam with minimum 90% marks you need to achieve. That is all computer based exam. On spot, you'll get result. And ultimately, once the result is announced, you get ID, it is approved by the Ramco PMTs and all that. Now, there is one more step which I'm going to share with you. Once you achieve Aramco third party, both exams you pass and you got the ID, with Aramco logo and all that. Still, there is a chance that the company who hired you is going to sell your services to other companies. Might be they are a contracting company, but they don't have direct project. They just got you approved as a WPR, and they agreed some salary, maybe 3,000, maybe 5,000, maybe more than that. It's all depends on the skill set on and the project nature, where they are deploying you actually. It is a refinery or oil rig site or, the GOSP like gas oil separation plant. Oil and gas is a huge field. A lot of, project sites are there. So, and also onshore and offshore, that is another category. If they are deploying you offshore, definitely they'll charge more to that company. What I mean is, if they have direct project, they will use you. Otherwise, they will deploy you. They will sell your services on their behalf to other contractors. And through that way, they are paying you salary and invoicing, sending invoice to other company. And they are also making some money because they are paying your ikama fee, your traveling charges, everything, whatever the agreement you signed with them. And the benefit with the company is because now we know the laws are changed. Kiva project and contract is very much mandatory, you know. So this Kiva contract should be alive all the time, and then accordingly, you will be in a safe legal zone, and that is the way where you can feel some peace of mind also. Because anything you will be doing illegal in Saudi Arabia, definitely the things wouldn't be very much beneficial because ultimately you don't have peace of mind actually. Like in my case, before launching our training center, I changed my profession. Now I become like professional trainer. I changed my profession. Previously it was different. Then I got approval from QVTC. We got license for the institution. We developed several kind of documentation. We got approval from all the legal bodies, relevant to different industry, like even Baladia, even civil defense, and all that. What I mean is, so now once you have legal foundation, that is the strongest point and the confidence you will get in within yourself to work more openly with more confidence instead of going indirectly, paying everything from your own pocket, bearing a lot of expenses, paying to the agent also 15 to 20,000, and then later on the agent ran away or God forbid he didn't get the schedule, still you wasted your important time, right? So that is why it is very much important before you going for scheduling, through any agent, be more careful, be very much careful. So this is the whole process. Now let me know if there is any question still, like if we are hiring somebody as a WPR, like we also looking for some WPRs. So we have a straightforward criteria that we want to hire people as a direct employee, and based on that we will see how we can deploy them in other country, in other contracts. Like our Jana contracting company, on behalf of our company, the parent company, we will deploy you somewhere as a WPR. So just hold for a minute. Somebody is there. I will come back to you, and then you can ask me any question. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Just one minute.